tell Congress.
And he's asked why he only revealed the investigation involving Hillary Clinton and not the one involving Donald Trump's campaign. How he answers. Also breaking tonight, will there now be a deal to repeal and replace Obamacare? What our team has learned and what does it mean for Americans with pre-existing conditions? The deadly accident, the SUV out of control, slamming into a crowd of people, several dead, and there is news tonight about the driver. The deadly shooting on a college campus, the chaos and the lockdown today, and the fiery plane crash right into a busy intersection. How they got out of that plane.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Wednesday night. And we begin tonight with the FBI Director James Comey. His most forceful answers yet amid that grilling on Capitol Hill today. Comey, animated in his answers, facing questions about whether his decision just 11 days before the election affected the outcome. Comey using those words, saying it makes me, quote, mildly nauseous to think he might have swayed the election. And he was pressed. Why didn't he reveal the investigation into Donald Trump's associates and Russia, but did go public when it came to Hillary Clinton? ABC senior justice correspondent Pierre Thomas leading us off.
Under the microscope since that election results came in.
Director Comey, are you comfortable in the role that you played in the election, sir?
Tonight, FBI Director James Comey back in the hot seat.
Tell me what you would do.
At issue that bombshell 11 days before the election. Hillary Clinton learning when the plane landed, Director Comey had reopened the email investigation. The revelation dominating the front pages in the final week and a half. Just yesterday, Clinton in part blaming Comey for her November loss.
I was on the way to winning. The election meant on October 27th, I'd be your president.
Today, an emotional Comey, in perhaps his most dramatic testimony as director, explained why he went to Congress about Clinton's emails discovered on her aide Uma Abedin's spouse's computer. Emails that would not change the case.
Concealing, in my view, would be catastrophic, not just to the FBI, but well beyond. And honestly, as between really bad and catastrophic, I said to my team, we've got to walk into the world of really bad. Look, this was terrible. It makes me mildly nauseous to think that we might have had some impact on the election. I would make the same decision.
I find that hard to believe that you...
Democrats pounced, asking why reveal Hillary Clinton's investigation, pointing out that Comey had concealed the fact that he was investigating Trump's associates for alleged ties to Russia throughout the summer and fall, only telling Congress after the election.
I join those who believe that the actions taken by the FBI did, in fact, have an impact on the election.
Was it appropriate for you to comment on one investigation repeatedly, not say anything about the other?
I think I treated both investigations consistently under the same principles.
Comey was also pressed about where the FBI's investigation into Trump campaign associates stands tonight.
Do you stand by your testimony that there is an active investigation, counterintelligence investigation, regarding Trump campaign individuals in the Russian government as to whether or not they collaborate? You said that in March. Is
to
that
see
still
if there
true?
was any coordination between the Russian effort and people's...
Is that still going on?
Yes.
Has the White House cooperated?
With the investigation?
Correct.
It's not something I'm going to comment on.
So let's get to Pierre Thomas live at the FBI tonight. And Pierre, you heard Director Comey pressed about the investigation into members of Donald Trump's campaign and any possible collusion with Russia. He acknowledged the investigation is ongoing, but he's not saying anything more.
David, senators got nowhere. Comey said you won't hear a peep from him until the Russian investigation is over. And even that's not guaranteed, David.
Pierre Thomas, who was in that room today. Pierre, thank you. We turn next tonight to breaking developments in President Trump's newest attempt to repeal and replace Obamacare. A couple of key Republicans who were going to vote no then ended up at the White House today. So the question, were they convinced when they left? And what does this now mean for Americans with pre-existing conditions? ABC's Mary Bruce back on the Hill tonight.
With the president's health care plan teetering on the edge, today 2 Republican congressmen went to the White House to make a deal. They had already told him they were voting no, one warning the plan would torpedo protections for people with pre-existing conditions.
The president said, Billy, really need you. We need you, man. I said, you don't have me.
But today, the lawmakers offered a compromise they all could agree to.
With this addition that we brought to the president and sold him on in over an hour meeting in here with him, that we're both yeses on the bill.
Before taking office, President Trump promised to keep Obamacare's protection for pre-existing conditions in place.
Are you going to make sure that people with preconditions are still covered?
Yes, because it happens to be one of the strongest assets.
But the bill House Republicans have been pushing puts that promise in jeopardy by allowing states to seek waivers so insurance companies could charge people with pre-existing conditions more. The pushback to the overhaul, fierce. And from Hollywood, an emotional voice, Jimmy Kimmel sharing the story of his newborn son's heart condition.
If your baby is going to die, and it doesn't have to, it shouldn't matter how much money you make.
With today's deal, Republicans hope to put out the fire. A new amendment would give states $8 billion over 5 years to help cover those with pre-existing conditions. Is this funding enough to protect people with pre-existing conditions?
I asked the question whether the funds would be sufficient, and the answer was yes.
But today, hundreds of leading patient and health groups said no, calling the new funding just a drop in the bucket. The American Cancer Society calling the changes particularly egregious, and the American Medical Association warning that people with pre-existing conditions will get second-class health care coverage if they're able to obtain coverage at all. The White House admits the real impact for people with pre-existing conditions is hard to gauge.
There are so many variables that are unknown that to make an analysis of that level of precision, it seems almost impossible.
But tonight, Republicans are hopeful the bill will pass the House. Mr. Vice President, on health care, do you have the votes? Are you going to finally get this done?
Stay tuned, he says. Mary Bruce live on the Hill tonight. And Mary, bottom line here, from your count tonight, do Republicans have the votes to pass this effort to repeal Obamacare in the House? And if so, do they face an even tougher fight in the Senate?
David, Republican leaders are meeting here tonight to see if they have enough support to get this done. By our count, Republicans are on the cusp of victory. And if this does get to the Senate, it will be scrutinized all over again on everything from Medicaid to how Americans will pay for coverage. The fight is likely to be brutal. David?
Right. Mary Bruce on the battle ahead. Mary, thank you. We turn now to a terrible scene today. An SUV plowing into a crowd outside Boston. Several people were killed. There was an indoor car auction underway. The SUV appearing to speed right through the length of the building, then slamming into a wall. ABC's Lindsay Davis is on the scene in Billerica, Massachusetts tonight.
A person run over, send an ambulance, send fire.
Carnage and confusion this morning at a car auction outside of Boston when an out-of-control Jeep suddenly accelerated, killing 3 people and injuring at least 9.
All I saw was 4 people laying on the ground, and one gentleman looked like the car had run over his leg. The other gentleman in the front is laying on the ground, bleeding from ears, nose, everywhere.
Witnesses say an auction employee in his 70s lost control of the SUV he was showing, plowing through the crowd at about 40 miles per hour.
10 people down inside, 3 people outside.
First responders rushed in to do CPR on the victims. Tonight, we're learning one of the victims in today's accident is 36-year-old Lisandra Aponte, a mother of 3, her first day on the job at the auto auction.
2 of those hit have life-threatening injuries. State police say this appears to be an accident. Investigators are now talking to the driver and witnesses to figure out what went wrong. David?
Lindsay Davis. Lindsay, thank you. Next tonight, the deadly scene playing out on a college campus today. Gunshots at a Texas community college, then triggering a lockdown, sending students into hiding, fearing for their lives. ABC's Kanan Whitworth is on the scene in Texas.
Tonight, chaos on North Lake College campus. It was just before noon when the gunfire erupted. The campus put on lockdown as police in tactical gear search for an active shooter. This math tutor saw it all.
A girl was sitting in front in the chair and a guy standing in front of her. I saw the shot 3 times. She shot her.
Some students hunkering down, turning off lights in classrooms. Others trying to escape.
I knew it was gunshots. There's no other way. The staff tried to get us, obviously to stay inside, but I just ran.
One student recording the ordeal as he was evacuated.
Hands up. Hands on your head.
An hour later, police giving the all clear.
We still are on the premise that this is a murder-suicide situation.
Tonight, police trying to determine the relationship between the suspect and the victim and what led up to this deadly scene.
Police saying the 2 bodies were found in separate locations, and right now they're scouring the campus-wide security cameras for more information. David?
Kana Whitworth in Irving, Texas, thank you. Next to the states of emergency after the flooding disaster tonight, with severe storms now moving east. The levee breaking on the Black River in Arkansas, forcing evacuations. The National Guard is on the scene at this hour. And I-44 near St. Louis closed for 57 miles. ABC's Alex Perez is in Missouri.
Tonight, new evacuations and a flash flood emergency in northeast Arkansas. The Black River more than 10 feet above flood stage, breaching this levee. Nearby, the Current River carrying this cabin on a collision course,
I'm freaking out.
striking a highway bridge. The National Guard deployed across the region as a slow-motion disaster now unfolds. Major highways underwater. St. Louis is now virtually cut off from the southwest.
I can't stress enough that if there's water on that roadway, do not go into it.
Hopefully this wall of sandbags will hold.
In Eureka, Missouri, the Merrimack River at record levels. That means sleepless nights for business owners like Kathy Gilman.
We've got 5 pumps running in here trying to keep the water pumped out.
And David, downstream from Eureka here in Arnold, Missouri, it's hard to tell where the river ends and the street begins, and it's still rising, not expected to crest until about midnight. David?
Just an incredible scene there, Alex. Thank you. Let's get right to meteorologist Rob Marciano tracking this for us tonight. Hey, Rob.
Hi, David. They got more rain today across the flood zone. It's going to be very slow to move out. Take a look at the watches and warnings. They extend all the way from Michigan. And then the southern side of the system had a lot of severe weather across Louisiana and Texas. Watches up there till midnight. The front will move east during the nighttime. And by tomorrow, we've got a severe weather threat, Georgia and the Carolinas. But look at the backside of this. Still raining across St. Louis and that flooded area right through Friday morning. And this winds up for the Northeast. Going to be a nasty storm for D.C. through Boston through Friday night. David?
All right, watching it as it tracks east. Rob, thank you. Next tonight, President Trump expressing optimism about the prospects for peace in the Middle East. With Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas at the White House today, President Trump now saying it will, quote, may not be as difficult as people might have thought over the years to achieve peace. Now to Baton Rouge and a call for justice tonight for a man killed by police after federal investigators said they could not prosecute. The disturbing incident caught on video, the officers struggling with Alton Sterling, taking him down, and then shots are heard. ABC's Steve Osunsami back on the case tonight.
Federal prosecutors tonight say they don't have enough to charge officers Blaine Salawi Lake, seen in these cell phone videos, taking the life of Alton Sterling. Because investigators can't say for sure that Sterling wasn't reaching for the gun in his pocket. There are many Americans tonight who believe that no matter what the Justice Department or anyone else says, what's happening in this police takedown outside this Baton Rouge corner store is a crime.
Soleimani put that gun to his head and said, I'm gonna kill you.
There simply is not sufficient evidence to proceed with a federal charge.
The killing led to days of anger, memorialized by this photo seen around the world. The state attorney general says he'll now investigate. Attorneys for the Sterling family believe he's got a great case.
Make it clear that Alton Sterling's life matters, that his family's life matters.
I'm just asking everybody to step forward so we can continue to get justice, because it can't stop right here.
Louisiana's governor and this city's mayor tonight are begging the streets for calm, saying that it's not over. David?
Steve Osunsami tonight. Steve, thank you. We do have a note of thanks this evening after the generosity of so many of you at home. We return this week from our reporting trip to the Horn of Africa. 4 countries are now on the brink of famine, 20 million people at risk of starvation. We witnessed the race to save the children on our journey through Somaliland, doctors who told us it is only worsening. In fact, aid workers say this could be one of the worst humanitarian crises since World War II. And one doctor telling me the children you see right here are the lucky ones, because they've now made it to the hospital. So many others in isolated villages where there is an urgent effort to get them water and food. Many of you gave what you could, and Save the Children told us late today in the first 24 hours since our report, they have now received $800,000 from you at home. Carolyn Miles, the head of Save the Children, saying we are enormously grateful to you and the generous ABC viewers. Following your broadcast last night, Save the Children received nearly $800,000 for more than 6,500 people. The need is huge, but tens of thousands of children will be helped thanks to your kindness. And that is because of all of you at home. Many of you still tweeting me today asking how to help, and we put all the information for you on our World News Tonight Facebook page. In the meantime, there is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Wednesday. The fiery plane crash right into a busy intersection. The plane exploding into flames right above traffic there. How they got out of that alive. New developments in the manhunt for a fugitive considered extremely dangerous tonight. Police may be closing in, revealing where he may have been hiding. And nearly 20 years since the death of Princess Diana, what we've now learned about that last night in Paris, the rarely seen moments with her sons.
Mr. Weisbach?
You wish to know how to protect your Sterling credit score.
My credit's off to a good start, but knowing so many things can go wrong with it kind of freaks me out.
Well, unfreak yourself out and download the free CreditWise app from Capital One. CreditWise gives you a credit score and alerts you to changes.
Even if I'm not a Capital One customer?
No! Yeah, it's free for everyone.
Thank you.
Gravity is a fickle mistress. What's in your wallet?
Viagra single packs, so guys with ED can take Viagra when they need it.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension. Your blood